The operation and adjustment of GZPT series of high-speed total tablet press machine. Machine introduction. GZPT series of high-speed rotary tablet press machine produced by Liaoning Tianyi Machinery Company Limited, applied in pharmaceutical, chemical, food, electronic, etc. industry. This machine can press granular material into tablet and applied for the production of round and abnormal medicine tablet, sugar tablet, calcium tablet, etc. in great quantity. Installment and connection. The tablet press machine must be installed on four-shock absorption base, cannot be fixed on ground after installing and locating the machine. Use level indicator to calibrate and leveling the machine. The electric power must be connected to pad board L1, L2, L3, and PE. In distribution box, ground wire need to be connected to ground PE according to the role of this machine. Before starting the machine, check working voltage of electric power to see if the voltage is in accordance with the given number. The right rotating orientation of a module plate is from left to right, anti-clockwise. GZPT series tablet press machine should be operated in working temperature at 10 to 35 degrees centigrade. Relative humidity less 85%. Structure and working principle of tablet press machine. The tablet press machine can be divided into two parts, upper part and the lower part of a terrace. The upside of tablet press machine is the totally sealed tableting roll. This is the part to complete the whole working procedure. Include the force feeding system, punch press system, tablet press output equipment, dust collector system. The component of tablet press room includes top plate, cover board, and a glass door. Through gland strip, the glass door can seal the tablet press room totally to prevent and the pollution from outside. The units of the upper part of tablet press machine include the main drive system, lubrication system, etc. Through gland strip, the front and the back door, left and right door can seal the upper part totally to prevent the pollution from powder. Working process of tablet press machine. Fitting, pressure, pre-pressure, main pressure molding, tablet output, main transmission agent. Main transmission agent includes AC motor, big belt pulley, synchronous cord belt, little belt pulley, hand wheel, worm wheel reduction gearbox, main axis, transducer, etc. Outputting axis from main motor connected with the little belt pulley through street key. Little belt pulley transmit the power to big belt pulley through a piece of a cog belt. With belt pulley connected with a worm rod of a positive speed gearbox. Worm wheel installed on the main axis directly. Main axis connected with the module plate through caulking rim to drive the module plate. The machine allocates a set of independent hydraulic system, a set of electric thin oil, and a manual grease lubrication system to provide lubrication for every part of the machine. Machine operation and changement of a module. Now we take GZPT-26 example to introduce the machine. The operation and adjustment of a GZPT series of high-speed tablet press machine include installment, checking, running, and main parts demarcating. Installment of the machine include installment of a module, changement of the cam of a lower guide rail, Installment of a powder scraping plate. Installment of the parts of a powder blocking rod. Installment of a feeder. According to the different module that installed, the tablet press machine can press the tablet in different shape, such as round, abnormal, or cartoon tablets. Here, we merely introduce the installment of round and abnormal module. Installment of round module. Installment of round module including the installment of a middle, upper and lower module. 1. The installment of a middle module. Open the front glass door. Take away the force feeder and the little guide rail in front of the upper guide rail. Unscrew the module fasten structure. Note, the head of a middle module fasten structure cannot come out to the outer margin surface of a middle's module plate. Clean up the middle module hole with module base cleaner. Match the middle module in front of the middle module hole and place the middle module at the through of the guide's rail disc. In a middle module mounting pad, flip middle module with a handle spindle. When the middle module enters into the hole by 2/3, thumb it to make into the right place, then fasten the module fastening combination. Run the machine by hand. Install all the middle modules according to the above direction. Use the knife straight edge to make the gap between head face of a middle module and a working table of a middle module plate at 0 to 0.03 millimeters. The installment of upper module. Clean the upper module at the through in front of the upper guide rail. Put the upper module into the hole. After all the upper module installed, install the upper module protecting plate. Note: be sure that the protecting button is pressed. Install the oil receiving ring. The installment of the lower module. Take away the transmission block and clean up the lower module. Press on the pressing board. Install the lower module into the hole and push it upwards. After all the modules are installed, install the transmission block and fasten screws. Note: protecting button must be pressed by transmission block. 2. Installment of abnormal module. The installment of the lower module of abnormal module is same as the installment of round module, but a little different between the installment of a module and the upper module. Take away the little guide rail on upper guide rail plate. Make the key of upper module round match to key through of upper module plate. Then insert the upper module and get the upper punch into middle module. Then keep upper punch in the middle module. Flick the middle module up and down. When it enters into middle module's hole by 2/3, extract upper punch. Aid middle module pontoon pad. Thump it with handle spindle. Make it in the right place. Then use upper module to test the middle module. Install the next group of upper and middle module after then dovetail into each. After the right installing the last middle module, put out the upper module, fix the little guide rail, fasten screws, then install the upper module. 3. Changement of upper guide rail cam. The fitting depth of a powder could be adjusted through the changement of upper guide rail cam. First, take away 7 to 9 pieces of upper punch and unscrew the screw under the upper guide rail cam. Take away the location pin component beside the screw. Then move outside and base plate of upper guide rail cam forward. Put out the upper guide rail cam closewise. Move aside in a base plate and take the upper guide rail cam off. Installing process is contrary dismantling process. 4. Installment of a powder scraper. Connect the copper collar and the powder scraper with pin and install them at the right of a module disc. Adjust support plate to make pressure board press on the module disc smoothly. Check the connecting status of a powder scraper in a middle module disc. No gap but have elasticity. 5. Installment of feeder. Pull the cleaned feeder in along the upper surface of a plane stage. Lock the feeder with a pressing handle. Connect the chute outlet of a feeder outlet with the extension tube. Rotate hollow shafting to connect prolate axis and axis guide. Close the control valve. Now, GZPT series of high-speed rotary tablet press machine is almost installed. Next, we will check the machine. Checking the machine generally in two stations: uploading check and unloading check. 1. Unloading check is the checking of a machine in the state of a power off and a power on after all the parts are installed. Check in power off condition at first. Grease lubrication checking. Push handle wheel of a manual pump 1 to 2 times. Filling up grease. If there is a bubble in oil pipe, push handle wheel of a manual pump times we eliminate the bubble. The grease need to be filled up again when it is insufficient. There is a filling up step. Open tank cap. Hook out oil pressing piston with the iron wire. Then fill the grease. Feed on the oil pressing position and tank cap. Rotate the machine for 1 to 2 cycles by hand. Check if the machine is running normally. Close the door. Connect the controlling plug. Adjust the location of a deduster. Connect the power plug and link up the dust collecting pipe. Connect the plug dust collector. Close the control valve. Close the gas door. The fitting should will work. After making sure that the machine is normal in the state of a power off, checking in the state of a power on can be carried out. Starting. Start the machine and enter into starting interface. Check door and window protecting. Enter into device state interface. Enter into door and window protecting interface. One can set a state at working or overhauling. When the machine is in the state of overhauling, the open door and window can be ignored. Check the lubrication system. Enter into lubrication system interface. Set the lubrication mode as manual. Press manual lubrication button. Oil pump running and indicator light twinkling. Lubrication interval and the lubrication cycle can be set according to the practical situation. Back to service state interface. Check if the dust collector is normal. Enter into donkey engine controlling interface. Touch dust collector key. The dust collector running. Touch shaking key. Shaking unit of dust collector works. User can set the automatic working time, the number of times of dust collector shaking. Check the deduster. Touch starting key of deduster, and the machine will start working. Touch this key again, and the machine will stop working. The automatic working time and the machine halt interval could be set according to different requirements. Back to device state interface. Check the hydraulic system. Enter into hydraulic controlling system interface. Press lifting pressure and the releasing pressure key separately can carry out the operation of hydraulic lifting and releasing pressure. Choose the input limits to right of a key for input permitting state. To change the settled number of hydraulic upper limit and lower limit. Cut manual state over the automatic state. The hydraulic value of hydraulic pump can be controlled by computer. Back to device state interface. Check the fitting system. Enter into fitting system interface. Press manual fitting button. The feeder running. Touch speed up key. The feeder speed up. Touch speed down key. The feeder speed down. Press the fitting button again. Feeder stop running. Back to device state interface. Enter into rejecting system. Check the tip light output blocking board. Touch testing key. Tip light output blocking board. Open qualified tablet channel at white. Close unqualified tablet channel at left. The automatic delay time of the tablet output blocking board can be set when the main motor running and stopping. Touch black key. Back to service state interface. Back to device state interface. Enter into main pressure and fitting adjustment interface. Adjust the main pressure lifting and the main pressure reducing. Button. Observe the running parts of the main pinch roller. Make sure that the rotating action and orientation is right. Adjust the tip plate weight increasing and the tip plate weight decreasing button. Observe working part of a fitting adjustment and make sure that the rotating action and the orientation is right. Other checking. Checking of a pressure value and a pressure amplifier. Adjust pre-pressure. Through adjusting pre-pressure hand wheel, run it manually, check. If the running is normal, press the running button to start the machine after everything is normal. Enter into single value monitoring page. The single value should be in 0.1 to 0.4 kN. It should be set to 0 if the number is not right. After unloading check in the state of loading. Spring check. Turn on the powder hopper switch. Enter into fitting system interface from a device state interface. Press menu fitting key. Make the feeder impeller rotate. Press speed up and speed down key to set the rotating speed after powder is filled up. Touch manual fitting key. Set the fitting and back to production running interface. Set the converting state of a rejecting channel as reject state, namely voice rejecting. Run the machine manually. Check if the machine runs and sounds normally. Production running will be carried out after everything is normal. First, we need to set parameter for test running. Every parameter needs to be set for first production. Run it by hand and lift the pressure a little to shape the tablet. Note, the pressure should not be too heavy at this moment, just need to shape the tablet. Press running button, the machine runs through pressing powder increasing, powder decreasing button to adjust the weight of a tablet. Collect and weighing the tablet pressed in a stable average pressure value. After the weight of a tablet is qualified, press running, adjust the press lifting or press reducing button. Make the thickness and weight of the tablet reach the qualification. Enter into parameter setting page, refer to the average press value, etc. Actual parameter value on the front of the page, put into the setting press. At the parameter for setting press. Single value upper limit, single value lower limit are also settled according to the actual value of a max pressure and min pressure. But in principle, the value width is more wider than actual value of a max and a min pressure. Set standard deviation, running out times, adjusting width, single shot times, etc. Setting parameters after settlement, cut over to automatic state. The machine will compare the settled parameter to the actual average press value detected to adjust the tablet weight automatically. How to invocate the saved parameter. After set the parameter, touching parameter saving invocation key. Enter into parameter saving invocation interface. At this moment, one need to save the setting parameter. Touch the parameter number of the saving position. Press the saving key, and then the setting parameter was saved in relative position. When the saved parameter needed to be invoked, on the page of a parameter saving invocation, choose and press the number of saved parameter. Press invocation button. The picture will invocate the parameter automatically. The code for the manufacturing parameter page and the related amendment could be carried out on this time. Machine running. Press the main motor speed up button. Speed up and the foot rotating speed. Press feeding increase or feeding decrease. After detecting the tablet weight is qualified, make the average press value on production running page be similar to the settled press value. After the tablet weight is qualified, can cut the mode over to automatic state. The parameter could be preserved after settled. Back to production running page and touch rejecting channel transfer key. Relieve force rejecting. Enter into donkey engine controlling page. In device state, start deductor, dust collector. The production will not need to be changed after settlement. If you want to change the speed, touch and click speed up or speed down key time by time. Make the speed change slowly. An effect of automatic adjust tablet weight will be better. When reach the required speed, test the weight and the handles of tablet. Enter into single value overseeing interface. Observe the single module pressure value and average pressure curve. Two kinds of machine halt: high-speed machine halt, lower-speed machine halt. High-speed machine halt, press the halt button in state of emergency and press the pressure reduction button immediately. Reduce the pressure of a main press wheel to a certain position. This hot mode can only be used in state of emergency. At automatic mode, press the speed down button. Reduce the speed slowly. When the speed is reduced to a lower speed, unload could be carried out at automatic hot, and it is fit for the situation of lower power location and a lower pressure. Pressure reduction machine hot mode is fit for high power location and high pressure. Lower speed machine hot under high pressure, stopping and unloading. Under lower pressure, stopping but not need to unload. Demarcation 1. Demarcation of two closing upper module. Adjust the running button. Make the machine alarm when lower pressing cam was lifted by upper module for 2 mm. 2. Demarcation for two closing lower module. Adjust the running button. Make the machine alarm when fitting protecting cam was lifted by lower module for 2 mm. 3. Demarcation of the location of upper pre-press wheel. To adjusting the upper eccentric shaft to make that when upper module is right under the upper pre-press wheel, it enters into module 2 mm. 4. Demarcation of the gap between plane stage and module plate. The gap between the adjacent profile of a plane stage and module plate is 0.3 to 0.5 mm. 5. Adjustment of the gap between feeder and middle module plate. The gap between feeder, substrate, and the module plate is 0.03 to 0.05 mm. Take away the feeder and unscrew guard ring of a leveling lag. Unscrew the plane stage fastening screw under the wide dust cap. Rotate crossbars. Adjust the height of a plane stage. Fasten the plane stage fastening screw. Use probe stick to measure the gap between feeder, substrate, and the module plate. Install the feeder if it is qualified. Fasten the guard ring of leveling lag. Machine maintenance. Maintenance of a thin oil lubrication system. Check the oil level position of thin oil station frequently. Make a supplement when the oil is insufficient in time. Maintenance of a manual grease lubrication system. Check the oil level position of grease oil station frequently. Make a supplement when the oil is sufficient in time. Maintenance of a module. Smear lubricating oil on the module every time when disposing it, and the module should be disposed in good order, not put mixed. Maintenance of upper and lower guide rail. Check the abrasion situation of upper and lower guide rail. If the rail collided or sketched abnormally, check if the fastening screws on module is loose. Maintenance of a force fitting system. Wipe it frequently. Check and listen if there is a normal sound in transmitting box. Check the fastening screws of an impeller to see if they are loose. Maintenance of a main gearbox. Check and listen if the sound of gearbox is normal. Check the temperature of the gearbox and change the lubricating oil regularly. Maintenance of upper and lower main pre-press wheel. Check if there is a normal abrasion on the surface of a press wheel. Check the oil supply situation of the inner bearing of a press wheel frequently. Maintenance of a punch part. Wipe the punch parts when clean the machine every time. Including the cleaning of the upper and lower punch hole, middle module surface, middle module hole. If the machine is not used for a long time, the punch plate surface should be smeared with lubricating oil. Cleaning the hopper. First, unload the hoppers and then clean the cover by the sourcing pad. Finally, clean the inside cover and diet angle with the medicine alcohol. There should be covered by the clean plastic for installation. Cleaning the fitting box. Loosen two bending irons which used to fix the fitting box. Unload the fitting box. Unload the pitching screw on the cover of the box. Separate the cover from the body. and then clean lumen of the box body and impeller or sourcing pad. It should be unload the impeller when necessary. Finally, clean lumen in that angle by medicine alcohol. Clean the impeller and then install at the opposite direction. Cleaning dust collector cover body and pipe. First, unload the dust collector cover body and pipe. Clean the lumen and cover with a sourcing pad. Finally, use the medicine alcohol and then wash the dust collector pipe with water until it is dry. First, unload the two slide-producing tablet cell bodies from the machine, and then clean the lumen by medicine alcohol separately, and then install it at the reverse order. Cleaning the punch plate. After unloading the module, it should be clean upper and lower punch plate cover. Upper and lower punch plate module hole should be cleaned by brush. Middle punch plate module hole should be cleaned by scouring pad. Cleaning upper and lower punch and adhere. Unload the upper and lower punch and adhere and then clean them. After that, cover them with lubrication oil, pump them into the special box. Reinstall the module. It should be clean the cover of the punch with medicinal alcohol. Install the punch and adhere into the machine. Cleaning the dead duster. Pull down the outer of the polisher and then clean the network and the lumen surface. Clean the dust collection pipe and install the machine at the reverse direction. Clean the dust collector. Pull down cartridge filter of the dust collector, cleaned by the clean water. After cleaning, the dirt of the dust collector should be cleaned by the medicinal alcohol and install it at the opposite direction. The above summary is the main introduction for this machine. Please read Operation Introduction for specific introduction.